but I don't care. I don't need a seconder. My own opinion is enough for me, and I claim the right to have it defended against any consensus, any majority, anywhere, any place, any time. And anyone who disagrees with this can pick a number, get online, and kiss my ass.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed are greater than the legal services provided by other lawyers. You found a special edition of the Backstory Podcast. I'm Harry Steele, Backwoods Southern lawyer. I got my partner in crime and client, Paul Ripp, on the phone with us. You're having some technical stuff, huh, Paul?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think it might be this telephone tower over here, but we'll work it this way with voice only for the 2020 municipal election candidate list. But I think I'm going to wait and be last and let you go first there, Harry.
All right. So I guess I got some explaining to do. The city of Bay Minette, and you're looking at it here, the candidates list for the 2020 municipal elections. I'm running for mayor against Bob Wills.
How many council positions are open?
There are only two in play. District 1, which is where I live, and Corbett, the incumbent, who took her husband's position when he passed, and then Pete Sellers, who is my neighbor down the street, who owns Gulf Coast Motor Company in town.
You're the only one running for mayor?
Against the incumbent, yes, sir.
No, I mean you're the only one that's not corrupt running for mayor.
I don't know about that. I know I'm not corrupt. And so I do want to say this. You and I have done 45 podcasts about why people shouldn't vote for Bob Wills. And they're welcome to go back and watch all the previous episodes of Backstory Podcast. From here forward, I'm going to be talking about all the reasons people should vote for me. High road. If I have to choose a road, I'm going to take the high road.
Right. And I respect you for qualifying when nobody else even has the guts to do so. So I'm sure we're going to be getting into that situation quite a bit more.
Yes, sir. Where you want to go next?
Oh, well, I think you were going to do, what was it?
Daphne?
Daphne. Well, yeah, go ahead. You can list out, Daphne, what you have. We're going to have a lot more information with Daphne coming up on Friday, I hope.
Okay, so this was posted 9 hours ago, and this is the official municipal election list for the candidates. And the election, of course, is August 25th, 2020. For mayor, you have Steve Carey, Michael Hobbs Sr., Robin Lejeune, and Selena Vaughn. So Robin Lejeune owns the By the Bay Seafood right across the street from my office, Paul.
Right.
And anyway, interesting times.
Well, what people in Daphne need to watch is the Catalyst candidates. They all use these PVC signs. Catalyst, the name became so toxic that I think that in Daphne they're now using the name of Scott Boone Consulting, but that's one and the same with Catalyst. And voting any Catalyst candidates into office is not going to behoove you as citizens.
So you know who's not on the list?
Who?
Dane Haygood.
Right. That's because he's shifting and putting his support behind what is it, Carney or Carvey?
Carey. Steve Carey. Steve Carey. Carey.
Right. So Steve has a pretty good resume, but why in the world he would hook up with Scott Boone Consulting or Catalyst, I don't know. Selena is the one that I'm hearing is going to be the favorite in that race over there. That's a non-Catalyst player, and I heard Mr. Lejeune is quite a straight arrow himself. And then I understand there's a couple of Catalyst candidates running in various positions for council, and Daphne, but I'm just not sure of those yet. I'm supposed to have that by Friday.
All right. So let's finish up with Fairhope. So the candidates are, and I should point out that Bay Minette, we run in districts. Daphne, the city council runs in districts, but in Fairhope, they run in places. So
Right.
you don't
Want me
have
to
to
read
live in
them?
a particular district. So the mayor's race is say his name, Paul. John
John
Manilos.
Manolis, he's the one. He's the BP guy that has the paddleboard business. I don't know how he's going to do working for BP and trying to run for office in Fairhope, where one of the BP biggest fraud scams ever happened. And he was supposed to be in the investigative part of BP when he was working for him. So I don't know how that's going to work. And then there's Annette Sanders, and I do not know anything about Annette at all. There's Sherry Sullivan, who is the disgruntled employee trying to get back even and get back the catalyst regime into Fairhope government. People better watch out for these catalyst candidates, I've told you. And then there's Karen Wilson, who, of course, is the incumbent. And then in place one, I'm very proud to announce that Jack Burrell has a candidate running against him, and that is Deb Hopkins. And I believe she's going to give Jack a real run for his money. The way he treats women, she certainly ought to be carrying the women's vote, that's for sure. And Jack has been the worst president they ever had at the council, so I'm hoping people will wake up. In council place number 2, that was Jay Robinson's spot, and he decided not to run. This was a real interesting thing that happened here.
I call it the hat trick.
It was the hat trick, baby. I'm telling you, the hat trick. Mr. Dan Smith was lined up for that position, and that was running against Corey A. Martin. And at the last moment, Mr. Smith, after some consultation with Martin and understanding how passionate Mr. Martin is, Mr. Smith decided to resign, and Corey Martin became the first African-American councilman. He didn't have to spend a dime, and he is in there as a councilman. So congratulations to Corey, and I hope Corey remembers the Park Place Recreation property that the community was cheated out of by the council. Then in place number 3 is Jimmy Conyers. Jimmy Conyers was the incumbent, and he was unopposed as well. So Jimmy's going back in for another 4 years. He was the better of the 5 council people. So I'm glad to see Jimmy as being back in there. And place number 4, you've got Robert Brown, that's the incumbent. And goodness gracious, people, Robert Brown has profited hugely by being a council member. Voted for, the insurance, full family insurance.
Hey, we're trying to keep it under 10 minutes. If you go through all these incumbents, it's going to be an hour and a half.
All right. Then running against Robert Brown is going to be Mr. Howell Gibbons. I do not know Mr. Gibbons, but I do not think he's catalyst. And then place 5 is Kevin Boone, who's the incumbent. He's running against Joshua Gammon, a young man who's got quite a heart. And I think that out of the 12 candidates for 6 places in the incoming, 2 were unopposed. And then so that leaves us 3, Boone, Brown, and Burrell, that are the incumbents. And they are all catalysts joined up by their selection, Sherry Sullivan, who is catalyst. So we'll leave it right there.
Any final words of wisdom?
Yes. People, you better not vote for catalyst candidates. It is not in your best interest. You have to wake up and know what these candidates are doing. You are about to get fleeced if you do not pay attention. The status quo is coming after your government in Fairhope. I'll leave it there because I'm going to wear it out later.
Hold on, I got a quick one for you.
Making the bigger point. Why ain't you gonna press the flesh, Pappy? Do a little politicking?
I'll press your flesh, you with a son bitch. You don't tell your pappy how to cut the electorate. We ain't one at a time in here. We're mass communicating.
Oh, yes. That's a powerful new force.
Shake a leg, Junior.
Just a little humor for everyone on this, what is it, Wednesday night?
Yeah.
This COVID stuff, who knows?
You do have to have a little humor, and let me close it by saying, please, everybody, wear a mask, be safe, and pay attention to who your candidates are, please.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.